I did register, there's mention of a public Q&A webinar on January 29th, and I did register for that. Just wanted council to be aware of this and to maybe look into. Did I forward this to you?
Yes, you did.
All right, great. Look at some of the projects that have been completed by other communities, some of which are actually in Montana. I believe one that comes to mind is one that was done up in the Cut Bank area, as I recall. And we can move quickly from there. Are there any questions at this time?
So we could use this essentially for something like adding swing sets onto the Boy Scout project down there.
Make communities more livable for people of all ages. So if we have some slow wing swings for the elderly, that would work. Kidding.
Yes, they're kind of.
But it is, since it is an AARP grant, their focus is, like I said, people of all ages and livable communities.
Mayor, Mayor.
Yes.
Yes, how, could that relate back to our tennis court project and the possible resurfacing for the minor fix?
It might.
Or, because that would be greater population goes to pickleball.
All the love in the world, Bertie, that was not meant to be.
Could that
For the
be-
record, on at any given minute, my age varies, so there you go. Yes, ma'am.
So could that be a portion of it at least, of consideration?
It could. Moving right along. Within the pending business, there, all of the, essentially the ordinance review items, it's brought to my attention that perhaps could reach out to Peter and just have him give me what he has done so far with the telecommunications franchise ordinances, so that we have that in hand and it can be readily transferred to our new legal counsel for his consideration. Are there any events committee update?
Before you move on, Mayor.
Yes, sorry.
Angie, do you happen to, are you ready to farm out the next set of tasks to us when we wrap up with events and fireworks?
I would love to, because there's quite a few topics that we are needing to take care of.
Sounds like a yes to me. Okay.
Events committee, any update?
We did have a preliminary draft that was proposed to the events committee. We are waiting.
I got an email today.
Okay.
Yes.
So you now have that document then, correct? Okay.
Okay.
So on that note, yes, we just need to reschedule our next meeting so we can discuss that draft. Next week is bad week, right, JB?
Yeah, next week's better.
So any week, any time after that would be wonderful, so that we could really, hopefully, move forward on that.
Actually, it's this week that's bad week.
Okay, so
Do next week?
next week?
Yeah, next week should be fine.
Yeah.
Just because you know, I have surgery on the 5th, 4th, 5th.
Okay. Okay.
Then let's get together and wrap this up.
Yeah, we have fireworks tomorrow.
Okay, so we'll figure out the date.
Okay.
And as you report it to the city clerk.
Okay.
Thank you. Fireworks committee,
Tomorrow night.
Yeah, we're meeting tomorrow.
all right.
JB and I have drafted up ordinances that will, and I guess we'll see Doug's tomorrow.
Yeah.
But, yeah, we'll go over those at our meeting and kind of figure out what we'll present to council.
Okay, thank you. No updates on garbage cans on Broadway or the sewer ordinance. I will say that we recently received a catalog that has some really pretty garbage cans in it, so maybe we'll just go shopping.
A quick question here.
Yes.
Is that including the idea of contacting the businesses and getting
It-
them to buy into?
It does, and revisiting.
That's
the-
something we ought
the
to line up before
genesis.
school lets out.
The Broadwater County Hazard Mitigation Plan, I reached out directly to the state DES person who provided me a link to what they call I think it's a base document that's 400 and some pages now, okay, and includes a Broadwater County addendum that has been updated since I last emailed it to you. I will forward that link to you all, and also include the updated addendum. And we can wade our way through that, ultimately making a decision as to whether we the city, bite the bullet and spend money to create our own hazard mitigation plan, or I basically vote to participate in the county's mitigation plan. I think I mentioned last meeting that addendum has identified certain hazards that are within the city limits, and has actually identified and directed Public Works Director or City Council as responsible people. And to date, we have had no input into that document. Okay. So anyway, it's out there, and some of those, many of those 400 and some pages are maps and schedules and graphs and things like that.
A quick pause, Mayor.
Yes.
For the information of the public, we were surprised by this, when suddenly this massive project and this massive document that compels city participation if we don't go build our own plan, suddenly just appeared on our radar. It was way late, and so here we are trying desperately to catch up with something that other people had felt we would just simply buy into. And we're trying to figure out what exactly it is they think we bought into.
And to add a further clarification, I believe it's an update of a mitigation plan that, the last one that was done, I believe in 2016, when Mike Conkey was the DES coordinator for the county. At which time I believe the city was a participant in that, so it could be, oh, they did it once, I'm sure they'll do it again. But still, it is frustrating, and as I said to the state DES person, somewhat perturbing that we have had no input into this. The MCR grant proposal, as you recall, that's through the Department of Commerce. We went back to the drawing board to get a revised submission from the engineering firm who had responded first, and we are waiting on that. Second chance for public comment. Anything on your mind? Keeping in mind that council can't take action on it tonight, but anything on your mind?
That's a big question.
That's maybe relevant to city business. Okay. I had a phone call from our water rights attorney, who tells me that the city's water rights as originally understood are in fact almost completely adjudicated in the city's favor. Okay, there might be some additional work into the future when and if the city decides it really does need a fourth well, okay? But that's into the future, and the potential participants in that scenario are not interested in ironing anything out right now, so there's no sense in pursuing it at $300 an hour. Okay. Eric, do you have anything tonight that you'd like to visit with council about?
I just wrote down on my little notes, it was a long weekend with the cold. The project officially has shovels in the ground, and, I put this just down here to kinda keep on your radar. My garbage truck is definitely starting to show its age. Some of the gremlins that we fixed last year they're still dead, but there's new ones starting to come up, so I'm not saying I need a new garbage truck, but, start maybe really thinking now that I need a new garbage truck, so, yeah, so, anyway. Any other questions that I might be able to answer? Yeah,
How much does a garbage truck cost again?
it was I believe it was 75,000, or, I'm getting my wrong, $750,000. I'm gonna shoot right there. And Mayor, I'm sorry, I whipped.
That's okay.
I'm sorry.
We'll look back to see what we can look back to see what we paid for.
I know we had like it refurbished and then we had, there was a couple. But I can't
Well, the new garbage truck is at the end of its useful life. We still have the old garbage truck that continues to work. And that's, we did put, that was about $10,000 into that one, Eric, right?
Yep.
The old one.
Yep. And I, just so you guys all know, I had to use it last week because the new one was not cooperating. But I beat it into submission, so.
Have we had,
Gives me your hammer.
have we had, less exercise bikes and that kind of debris that are, you know,
Do I let it
Automatic.
through?
No,
And
our
our
people
trash
still
have-
throwing things
Oh,
away that they're
oh,
not
oh,
supposed to
oh.
throw away.
Yes.
there's
Yes.
been less of that then?
No.
No, there hasn't.
Oh, no, there's way
Worse
more,
or-
if not more.
Okay.
But, I got the guys trained to kinda try to keep an eye out and throw it out as best we can. Yeah. I apologize, I'm very tired, but I originally heard of my letting stuff go in the truck, and I'm like, no, I am not letting stuff go into the truck, so.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Carrie, do you have anything for us tonight? All right. Nate? Angie?
Since we have quite a few people from the public here today, we are in the process of doing our ordinance review. And anytime you guys hear ordinance review committee, all of those committee meetings are open to the public, and I strongly urge you to attend if you find any of that interesting. Cause we would love to hear your input.
It does impact our city residents.
Yes.
Yep, JD? Vivian?
I'm done turning colors tonight, Mayor.
Okay. Thanks. Doug?
So Eric, that is, the water project starting down, it's all blocked off. I noticed that yesterday, we get started on that, or Monday. So when you see these roads blocked off in town, you know that's going on. Here's never happened. Looks like they're tearing it up.
Yep.
No, I'm good.
Okay, anyone wanna stay longer? Pardon me?
Anything to report?
She said no.
Oh, no.
Oh, I'm willing. Okay.
Second, thank you.
It's been moved and seconded, we adjourn the meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? That motion is carried. Thanks to all of you for taking time out of your lives to come to the city council. Nice to have you.
Super duper quick questions.
I work at the president of the council. I work at the president of the council. Well, then you gotta ask some questions. I gotta catch you.
Oh, okay.
You are absolutely right on I think you guys narrowed your ask and specifically asked for two things. I think you did something. So, because the biggest thing is the number, everybody else cares about the number, and they keep